destruction and by some other things.
Hail Caesar!
What means his shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
Aye. Do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so.
I would not, Cassius, yet I love him well. What is it that you impart to me? If it be aught for the general good, set honor in one eye and death in the other, and I will look on both indifferently.
I was born free as Caesar. So were you. We both have fed as well. We can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. So indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." And this man has become a god, and Cassius, a wretched creature who must bend his body if Caesar carelessly would nod on him. Shout! Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we, petty men, must peep about his huge legs to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars.
My noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome. Under these hard conditions, as this time is like to lay upon us.
Antony,
Caesar,
let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-handed men such as sleep o' nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
fear him not, Caesar.
He reads much, he is a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays, as thou dost, Anthony. He hears no music. Seldom he smiles, and he smiles in such a sort as if he'd scorn himself and mock his spirit, which could be used to smile at anything. I'd rather tell thee what is to be feared than for what I fear, for always I am Caesar.
Pull me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?
Aye, Casca. Tell us what hath chanced today that Caesar looks so sad.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he pushed it by with the back of his hand. Thus, and the people fell a shouting.
Who offered him the crown?
Antony.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown, one of these coronets, and he pushed it by. But to my thinking, he was very loath to lay his fingers off it. And as he still refused it, the rabblement hooted and clapped their trapped hands, as Caesar fell down in the marketplace, and foamed at mouth, and was speechless.
'Twas very like he hath the falling sickness.
No, Caesar hath it not. But you and I, an honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
Farewell, both.
For this time, I will leave you. Tomorrow, I will wait for you.
Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thy honorable metal may have been wrought by that which it is disposed. For who so firm that cannot be seduced? Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at, for we will shake him, or worse days endure.
Good evening, Casca. Brought you Caesar home? Why are you breathless, and why stare you so?
Why aren't you moved? When all the sway of earth shakes like a thing unfirm. Oh, Cicero, I've seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam, but never till tonight, never till now did I ever see a tempest dropping fire. Either there is a civil strike in heaven, or the world too saucy with the gods and senses them to find destruction.
Why? Saw you anything more wonderful?
And yesterday, the bird of night did sit even at noonday upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. Let not men say these are their reasons, they are pretentious, for I've seen the pretentious things into the climate that they point upon.
It is, indeed, it is a strange and disposed time, but men may construe things from their fashion, clean from the purpose of the things themselves. Come Caesar to the capital tomorrow.
He do, for he did bid Antonius he'd send word he'd be there tomorrow.
Good night then, Casca. This disturbed sky is not to walk in.
Farewell, Cicero.
Who's there?
A Roman. Your ear is good. Cassius, what night is this?
A very pleasing night to honest men.
Whoever knew the heavens meant it so?
For my part, I have walked about the streets, submitting me unto the perilous night. The breast rest of heaven I did present myself, even in the aim and very flash of it.
But wherefore did you so much tempt the heavens? It is part of men to fear and tremble when the most mighty gods by token send such dreadful heralds to astonish us.
You are dull, Casca, and those sparks of life that should be in a Roman, you do want. But if you would consider the true cause, why all these things change from their ordinance unto some monstrous state. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man, most like this dreadful night, that thunders, lightens, opens graves, and roars as such in the capital. A man no mightier than thyself or me.
'Tis Caesar that you mean, is it not, Cassius?
Let it be who it is.
Indeed. They say the senators tomorrow meet to establish Caesar as king, and he will wear his crown by sea and land in every place save here in Italy.
I know where I'll wear this dagger then. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. The life being weary of these worldly bars never lacks power to dismiss itself. If I know this, know all the world aside, that part of tyranny that I do bear, I can shake off at pleasure.
So can I. Does every bondman in his hands bear the power to cancel his captivity?
And why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man, I know he will not be a wolf, then he sees the Romans are but sheep.
You speak to Casca as to such no flaring telltale. Hold my hand, be factious and redress these griefs, and I will step this foot of mine down as far as who goes farthest.
There's a bargain made. Now know you, Casca, I have moved already some certain of the most noble-minded Romans.
Stand close a while, for here comes one in haste.
To Cinna, I do know if I escape. Cinna, where haste you so? To find out you.
Who's that? December?
No, it is Casca, one incorporate to our attempts. Am I not stayed for, Cinna?
I'm glad on. What a fearful night is this. There's 2 or 3 of us have seen such strange sights.
Am I not stayed for? Tell me.
Yes, you are. Oh, Cassius, if you could but win the noble-minded Brutus to our party.
Prepare to Pompey's porch, where you shall find us. Is Trebonius and Decius Brutus there?
All but Metellus Cimber. He's gone to seek you at your house. Well, I will hide.
That done. Come, Casca. You and I will yet ere day seek Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon our next encounter yields him ours.
Oh, he sets high in all the people's hearts. But this
It must be by his death. And, for my part, I know no personal cause was burned at him, but as a general. He will be crowned, therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which hatch what is his kind, grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell. Somebody knocks. Since Cassius first did whip me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim was like a phantasmal or hideous dream. The genius and immortal instrument are then in council, and the state of men, like to a little kingdom suffer sin, the nature of an insurrection.
'Tis Cassius at the door, with his face is buried in cloaks, that by no means I may discover him.
Let him enter. They are the faction, oh, conspiracy. Where would they find a cavern dark enough to mask a monstrous visage? So, I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them. This is Trebonius, this Decius Brutus, this Casca, this Cinna, and this Metellus Cimber.
Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
Shall no man else be touched but only Caesar?
Let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course was seen too bloody. Caius Cassius to cut the head, then hack the limbs, like wrath and death, and envy afterwards. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully, which so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called perjurers, not murderers.
Yet I fear him for the engrafted love he bears to Caesar. The clock has stricken 3.
'Tis time to part.
Portia, what mean you? Wherefore rise you now?
You went gently, Brutus, stole from my bed, and when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I'm now well in health, and that is all.
Is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the vile frigid air to add unto his sickness? No, my Brutus, you have some sick offense within your mind, which by the right and virtue of my place, I ought to know of. And upon my knees, I charm you, by my once commended beauty, that you unfold to me yourself, your half, while you are heavy, and what men have hide their faces from dark men.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, dwell I but in the suburbs, of your good pleasure? If it be no more, Portia is Brutus' harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then should I know this secret?
Oh, God, render me worthy of this noble wife. Portia, go in a while, and by thy bosom shall partake the secrets of my heart.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help! Ho! They murdered Caesar! Who's within?"
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth, for the things that threaten me never look but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within besides the things that we have heard and seen. Recounts most horrid sight seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce, fiery warriors fought upon the clouds, in ranks and squadrons in right form of war, which drizzled blood upon the capital. The noise of battle hurtled in the air, horses did neigh, dying men did groan, ghosts did shriek, and squeal about the streets, O Caesar! These things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided? Whose end is purposed by the mighty gods, yet Caesar shall forth, for these predictions are in world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves place forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant never taste of death but once. Seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Let it be my will that keeps you in the house and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you were not well today. Let me upon my knee prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humor, I will stay at home. Here's Decius Brutus, he shall tell them so.
Caesar, all hail. Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
I will not come today. Tell them so, Decius.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. Calpurnia, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood, and many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it.
This dream is all misinterpreted. Your statue spouting blood from many pipes signifies from you, great Rome shall suck reviving blood. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If Caesar hide himself, shall they not whisper, Caesar's afraid?
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I'm ashamed I did yield to them. The Ides of March are come.
I, Caesar, but not guard.
Hail Caesar! Read this schedule.
Trebonius scoffed deciding to agree. At your best leisure, this is humble.
Oh, Caesar, read mine first, for mine is suit that touches Caesar nearer. Oh, read it, great Caesar!
Draw give place. Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, Metellus Cimber throws before thy seat and humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Cimber. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood, with that which melteth fools. I mean, sweet words. I spurn thee like a cur out of my way.
I kiss thy hand, not flattery, Caesar. Desire ye that the covetous Cimber have immediate freedom of repeal.
What? Brutus!
Pardon, Caesar, Caesar, pardon.
Claudius Cimber.
I could be well moved if I were as you, but I'm as constant as the northern star. The sky is painted with unnumbered sparks, and everyone does shine, but there's but one and all hold this place. That I was constant Cimber should be banished, and constant to remain to keep him so.
Caesar.
Heads! Wilt thou lift up Olympus? Dost now, Brutus, bootless kneel?
Big hands for me!
Caesar!
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Some to the common pulpits and cry out, peace, liberty, and enfranchisement!
People and senators, be not affrighted. Fly not, stand stiff. Ambitious debt is paid. So are we, Caesar's friends, that have abridged his time of fearing death? Stoop, Roman, stoop, and let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood. Up to the elbows and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth to the marketplace, waving our red weapon o'er our heads. Let us cry, peace, freedom, and liberty. Welcome, Mark Antony.
Mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? I do beseech you, if you bear me hard. Now whilst your purpled hands do reek in smoke, fulfill your pleasure.
Oh, Antony, beg not your debt of us. Though now we must appear bloody and cruel, our hearts you see not. They are pitiful and pity to the general wrong of Rome.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man rank beneath his bloody hand. And am moreover suitor, I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speak in his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which you will utter.
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first, and show the reasons for Caesar's death.
I like it not.
Mark Antony, here, take your Caesar's body. Shall not, in your funeral speech, blame us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tides of time. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, which like dumb mouths do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men, and Caesar's spirit, raging for revenge, with Ate by his side, come hot from hell, shall end these confines with a monarch voice, cry havoc! And let slip the dogs of war.
We will be satisfied.
I will hear Brutus speak.
I will hear Cassius prepare their reasons when superior will hear them render. The noble Brutus is offended. Silent.
Be patient to the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers. If then that friend demands why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. Who is here so vile that would not love his country? If any speak for him that I offended, I pause for a reply.
Brutus,
Then none have I offended. As I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself when it shall please my country to need my death.
live!
Good, countrymen. Stay here with Antony and grace his speech, tending to Caesar's glory, which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make.
Let us hear Mark Antony.
Toward best you speak no harm, and Brutus here.
Yes, Caesar was a tyrant.
Peace. Let us hear what Antony can say.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him.
The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often tarred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus had told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously has Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me, and yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransom did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When the poor hath cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause would hold you than to mourn for him? Oh, judgment! Thou art fled to Brutus' beasts, and men have lost their reason.
Methinks there's just much reason in his saying.
Caesar has had great
Do
wrong.
not take the crown, therefore 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar.
They were traitors.
Look, in this place ran Cassius's dagger through. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. Mark how the blood of Caesar followed it. And this was the most unkindest cut of all. Here is himself marred, as you see, with traitors.
Oh, piteous spectacle!
O noble Caesar,
Oh, woeful death!
Oh, traitors!
A most bloody sight!
it will be revenged.
We'll burn the house of Brutus!
Come, let's see.
Come, away! Burn his body in the holy place! Take up the body!
Don't fetch fire.
Put them forms, windows, anything!
Now let it work. Mischief, thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt. I dreamt nights that I did feast with Caesar, and things unlucky charged my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth.
What is your name?
Whither are you going?
Where do you dwell?
Where do I dwell? Briefly, I dwell by the capital.
Your name, sir? Truly.
Truly, my name is Cinna.
Tear him to pieces! He's a conspirator!
Ah! I'm Cinna the poet! I'm Cinna the poet!
Bad verses, bad verses.
I'm not Cinna the conspirator!
It's hard to turn it going.
Tear him! Tear him! Come! Ransom! Firebrands! To Brutus! To Cassius! Burn all! Some the Decius house and some the Cassus! Away! Go! These many then shall die. Their names are pricked.
Your brother too must die.
Since you left this,
I do consent.
bring him down, Antony.
Upon condition, Publius shall not live, who is your sister's son, Mark Antony.
He shall not live. Look, with the spot I damn him. But, Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house and fetch the will hither.
What? Shall I find you here?
Or here or at the capital.
This is a slight unmeritable man, meet to be sent on errands.
So you fought him, and took his voice who should be pricked to die?
Octavius, I've seen more days than you, and though we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of divers slanderous loads, he shall but bear them as the ass bears gold.
You may do your will, but he's a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse, Octavius, and for that he must be taught and trained and bid go forth. Therefore, let our lives be combined, and let us presently go sit in council, how covert matters may be best disclosed, and open peril surest answered.
Let us do so, for we are at the stake and bait about with many enemies.
You have wronged me, condemned for taking bribes.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are condemned to have an itching palm To sell and mart your opposites for gold.
Lie, imaging palm.
Remember March? The Ides of March, remember? Did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes? I had rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, they not me. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself. Urge me no more, I shall forget myself. Have mine upon your health, tempt me no further.
Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Oh, ye gods, must I endure all this?
All this? I'm more afraid to your proud heart brace. She shall digest the venom of your spleen.
Is it come to this? A friendly eye could never see such faults.
A flatterers would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony and young Octavius. Come, revenge yourselves alone on Cassius. For Cassius is hated by one he loves. There's my dagger, and here my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar.
Sheathe your dagger. Oh, Cassius, I'm sick of many griefs. No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Oh, insupportable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, and grief that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made me so strong. With that, she will distract and swallow fire.
Oh, ye immortal gods.
No more, I pray you. I have here received letters that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with mighty power. The enemy increase every day. There's a tide in the affairs of men. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
And with your will, go on. We'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi. Good night. Early tomorrow we will rise and hence.
Now, Antony, our hopes are answered. Their battles are at hand.
To come down with fearful bravery, to fasten in our thoughts that they have courage. But 'tis not so. Octavius, lead your battle softly on.
They stand and would have parley.
Mark Antony, shall we give sign of battle?
No, Caesar. The general should have some words.
Words before blows. Is that so, countrymen?
Not that we love words better as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
In your bad strokes, Brutus, you give good words. Witness the hole you made in Caesar's heart.
The posture of your blows are yet unknown.
I draw a sword against conspirators. When think you that the sword goes up again? I was not born to die on Brutus' sword.
Young man that does not die more honorable.
If you dare fight today, come to the field. If not, when you have stomachs.
are contented to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome.
No, Cassius, no. Think not thou noble Roman, that ever Brutus will go bound to Rome. Forever and forever. Farewell, Cassius.
Forever and forever. Farewell, Brutus. Come down. Behold no more. O coward that I am, to live so long. Come hither, Sirrah. With this good sword that ran through Caesar's bowels, search this bosom. Guide thou the sword. Ah! Ah! Caesar, thou art revenged. Ah!
Ah! Cassius is no more, O setting sun. As in thy red rays thou dost sink tonight, so in his red blood Cassius' day is set. The sun of Rome is set. Our day is gone.
Seek him, Titinius, whilst I go to meet the noble Brutus.
Brave Cassius, put on this wreath of victory. By your leave, gods, this is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius, sword, and find Titinius' heart. Ah!
Where Messala, Dante's body lie.
Lo yonder, and Titinius mourning it.
Come, poor, remains of friends, rest on this rock. I know my hour is come. Nay, I'm sure it is. The enemy has beat us to the bit. It is more worthy to leave in ourselves than to tarry till they push us. Farewell to you, and you, and you. Countrymen, night hangs upon my eyes, my bones would rest. Caesar, help me still. I kill not thee with half so good a will.